Hey, what's up you guys, it's Ch23 and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to go into chapter 23 of Lost by James Patterson. So let's get right into this video. This video may contain sensitive topics of foul language. If you do not wish to continue, I suggest you click off the video now. You have been warned. Amsterdam. We arrived at Amsterdam's Schiphol airport about mid-morning. The children had slept during most of the international flight, but I had stayed awake. I felt like the kids were too vulnerable. I didn't want to risk taking my eyes off of them. The airport was either a lot less busy or a lot more organized than Miami International, because walking through it seemed like taking a quiet stroll. The airport even had its own shopping mall. I held Olivia and Michelle's hands and let the boys fight over who would push the little cart with everyone's luggage. A tall woman wearing a tailored blue dress approached us before we reached the police substation, where I was supposed to contact my Dutch counterpart. She wasn't walking so much as marching. A few feet in front of me, she stopped and said, "Detective Moon." I gave her my best smile and said, "You must be psychic." "I'm hardly psychic. I was told to look for an American over 190 centimeters tall who looked like he played professional rugby and who was accompanied by 6 children. She held out her hand and said, "My name is Marie Meyer. I'm your liaison with the Dutch National Police." She had an elegant accent, graceful movements, and a grip that could crack a walnut. I wouldn't want to be on the wrong side of her. Marie leaned down and spoke French to little Michelle, then greeted each of the kids by their names. "Wow, you learned everyone's names before we arrived. You're quite thorough. I've been working on this ring of human traffickers for more than a year. I finally have someone to feed me information, so I'm hoping we make some serious arrests soon." Olivia was either scared or bashful. She hid behind my right leg, peeking out like a puppy. The other kids had gravitated behind me too, and we now faced this woman as a single group. Marie smiled and said, "I'm happy to see the kids trust you. That must mean you're trustworthy. Kids and dogs are rarely wrong about such things." She focused her blue eyes on me and said, "Shall we get to work?" After being at the FBI for the last 8 months, I liked that attitude. A few minutes later, we were in front of the airport looking at a long white Mercedes passenger van. A blue VW hatchback with an official police emblem on the dashboard was parked behind it. Marie directed the kids into the van, then turned to me and said, "You can say your goodbyes. I'll drive you in my car." I almost didn't understand. I saw the stunned expression on the kids' faces. I said, "If you don't mind, I like to ride with my posse. I want to see where they're staying and what the conditions are like." Marie didn't miss a beat. "Of course." I watched her walk toward her car. Jax looked up at me and said, "I wouldn't mind riding in her car." I laughed as I playfully shoved the Belgian teenager toward the van. About 20 minutes later, we arrived in an apartment building. I had been relieved to see that the Dutch drove on the right side of the road, and so far, aside from about 3,000 bicyclists, traffic didn't look all that much different from what you see in a big city in the United States. Marie showed me great patience as I checked out the rooms, questioned the 2 social workers, and made sure the children were all settled with their bags next to their own beds. I'd friended them all on Facebook and gotten their email addresses, and they all had my email address and my cell phone number. I couldn't believe how upset I was to say goodbye to them. I promised I'd see them again before I flew back to Miami. Everyone wanted a hug. I couldn't meet Marie's gaze as we walked out of the facility because I was trying to keep the tears out of my eyes. I hate this kind of shit. That is the end of this chapter. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.